We got to have a giveaway with one of these soon, so one of y'all from Team Keep It Clean can get your hands on one. I'm going to get with them flock boys, and we're going to talk about it. But anyway, yesterday, we highlighted how the Baltimore Ravens offense this year should be special, and it should be one of the best offenses that the NFL has ever seen in its existence. And I felt like that's not a hot take. It ain't nothing crazy to say because the Baltimore Ravens, at so many different positions on this team, they have so much greatness. Quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, all that stuff. But let's flip it to the other side of the ball and talk about just how special they can be as well. And specifically with the secondary, and specifically at outside corners, because the Baltimore Ravens, they have not one, but two studs. And guess what? One of those studs, they just came into the league last year. So he ain't even at his full potential. He ain't even in his prime yet. But guess what? He's still strapping up. And y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. So first off, with Marlon Humphrey, we know that he's one of them guys. And even though, especially with Darius Washington, him going down, there's been a lot of question marks at the safety position. Somebody even suggested, my guy Lamarian, he suggested that Marlon Humphrey be moved to safety. And while that will be a smooth transition, he will be amazing at it. Right now, he's still playing some amazing cornerback. So let's leave Marlo exactly where he is. Now, with Nate Wiggins, he just got into the league last season, but Nate Wiggins already been showing up in a major way. And the numbers, obviously the eye test, when we watch the eye test and take the eye test and look at Nate Wiggins on film, when we watch him in the games, we see, oh, that boy, he's something special. But look at the numbers because they also back it up. So, looking at the lowest QB rating allowed among cornerbacks with a minimum of 50 targets. So you have to have at least 50 passes that went your way. And the list is the following. Derek Stanley Jr., 56.9, but Marlon Humphrey, 58.5 quarterback rating. So that is the second lowest QB rating in the league with a cornerback that got at least 50 targets thrown their way. So Marlon Humphrey, second lowest in the entire NFL. But wait, there's more. So then there's Pat Surtain a second with 59.1, but then right behind him, following that up, is Nate Wiggins with 59.7. He was a rookie last year, y'all. He was a rookie. He was just coming into the league last year, y'all. Remember how a lot of people felt like, oh, Nate Wiggins, that's a small dude. He too small. He ain't going to be able to match up with them receivers. Nate Wiggins said, what? Excuse me? What? And now he did give us a little scare in the preseason, and we were like, oh my goodness, Harbaugh, why'd you play him in the preseason like that? That's our first round pick. What are you doing? Why are you playing with us like that? But he came back. He was ready for regular season. Well, he missed the first game, I believe. But then when he came back, it was all systems go. We ain't had no problems, no issues, no concerns, no none of that. Nate Wiggins went out there and did his thing. And for him to be playing lockdown like that, again, you saw the numbers. The numbers spoke for themselves. For him to be playing lockdown like that in year one, going against NFL wide receivers in year one, playing outside corner, so you going against some of the best in year one, and for you to do it like that, we in for a great ride with Nate Wiggins. And the Baltimore Ravens have already shown, again, what we've been talking about, these takes that we've been having, they're not wild takes. They're not stuff that I'm just coming up with randomly. No, the Baltimore Ravens and these specific things that we've been talking about, they've proven these things already. The numbers show it already. You've seen it already for yourself. So this is not no surprise. This ain't no shocker. This ain't nothing crazy. But this is stuff that we already know because what the Baltimore Ravens have shown us in the past. In the present, oh, it's going to be a beautiful thing. And again, we just talking about two outside corners, just Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins. But just imagine if this pass rush is as good as we hope it is and as we expect it to be, that's going to make that job that much easier. If the interior defensive line, if they can create havoc, that's going to make their job that much easier. On the back end, when you got some guys that you can really trust, like a super duper Kyle, oh, that's going to make your job a whole lot easier. Now with Malachi Starks, with him, there are going to be some growing pains. But I already know once he gets it, once it clicks, oh, it's going to click. And he is in such a great position with everybody around him for it to click that much faster. He got some veterans who've been in the game for a minute, like a Roquan Smith, a Marlon Humphrey, a Kyle Vanoy. And I know they play different positions, but still, those guys can help. But then he got some young guys that's been in this league for a couple years, and they making plays, like a Kyle Hamilton, who we talked about, like Nnamdi Madubuike, like a Nate Wiggins. So back to the outside corners with Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey. This secondary, we are set up for so much success with this secondary, and you got the games to prove it, you got the numbers to prove it, but it's also Baltimore Ravens culture playing some great defense. So we in for a nice ride. Now we reach my favorite part of these videos where we get to feature your questions. If you would like to take part in it, send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. If you're a patron or want to become one, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids and send your question on a DM there. Let's get straight into it. First question came from my guy, JR. Shout out to Jim Ross, but it's a different JR. He said, "What's up, man? What's up, Jay?" He said, "Been watching the videos for a couple years now." Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. He said, "Now, I hope all is well and hope the family is doing well." They are. I appreciate you for that, man. He said, "But my question is, do you think the Ravens will use Derrick Henry at quarterback for a touchdown pass to a tight end?" Because if you remember, he did that against the Ravens when he was on the Titans. Have a blessed one, bro. He sure did in that playoff game, I believe. But, yeah, I could see them doing that. But I wouldn't only see them doing that with a tight end or even a wide receiver, but I think they could mess around and try something like that to Lamar. Next questions came from my guy, Jarvo. He said, "Can you give a game-by-game win and loss prediction?" Ooh, that's a tough one right there. He said, "Also 5 predictions, but you cannot say that we are winning the Super Bowl, LOL." All right, let's just get straight into it. Game-by-game prediction. I'm going to say Bills. I'm going to say loss because Ravens usually start off the season a little shaky early on. Then against the Browns, I'm going to say win. Lions win. Chiefs. I'm going to actually give the Ravens a win in that one. I know we have struggled with the Chiefs like crazy. We got like, what, 1 win against them in the Lamar era? And it's like, well, what are we, 1-4, 1-5? Something crazy, but we got to fix that. But anyway, Texans, I'm going to say win. Rams, oof, that's a tough one right there. Rams is a sneaky, tough, tricky team, but I'm going to say the Ravens end up getting them. I honestly wanted to say the Ravens win all of those games, but again, we got to be realistic. Ravens ain't going undefeated. I mean, if they want to, no problem. But Ravens ain't going undefeated. Then they always got those games where it's like, why would you do it? How did we lose to? But anyway, continuing. After the bye week, then we got the Bears. I'm going to say we get that one. This personal one against the Dolphins, I'm going to say we get that one. And that's going to be the party down here where all the team keep it clean coming through. I know y'all will. Anyway, against the Vikings, at the Vikings too. Ooh, who's that? Who's their quarterback? Oh, they're going with the young boy. I forgot. J.J. McCarthy, I think. I'm going to say Ravens get him. This is basically his rookie season. Facing the Browns again, depending on what they're doing at the quarterback position, because Browns, they give the Ravens some trouble. I could actually see the Ravens losing one to the Browns. They shouldn't, but I could see them doing it because Ravens just be having some of these okie-doke games where it's like, what are y'all doing? We just talked about that. They do it every single year. Usually 2-3 games where it's like, really? That? But I'm going to still get him to win. Against the Jets and Justin Fields, I'm going to get him to win. The Bengals. So, I'm going to get him to win here. And against the Steelers, I'm going to give them a loss. But then at the Bengals, I'm going to give them a loss. And then when they play Steelers in the last game of the season, I get them to win for that. Against the Patriots, Drake May, y'all take care of business. Against the Packers, at the Packers. This depends on what's going on at this point of the season. Are we resting starters? Are starters playing? Is stuff locked up already? It all depends. So I said split with Bengals, so that's one loss. Split with Steelers, so that would be another loss. I also said lose against the Bills, so I guess I'm going, 14-3? 14-3 or 13-4. That's what I'm going to go with. Because the Browns game, that could be a little tricky. I mean, really any game could be tricky because the Ravens are the Ravens. And we know, like, you could say, oh, Ingraven, why you think we're going to lose to that team? Da, 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 da. If you know the Ravens, you know, like, they, honestly, the way that these rosters been, especially these past 3 years, they shouldn't be losing to nobody. Like, really. Like, they shouldn't be losing to nobody. But it happens. It's football. It's competition. You got to give credit to the other team, too. So, anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. Now, he said 5 predictions. But I can't say Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. Ravens get more competent in the playoffs. I'm going to say one of the biggest predictions, I'm going to say the defense. They start forcing some turnovers in the playoffs, and they become a lot more opportunistic come playoff time. Another prediction, I could say Lamar Jackson gets another MVP. A third prediction, I got 3 left. I'm going to say, this one is a crazy one. I was going to say, you know what, I'll say Derrick Henry will win the rushing title. That's something right there. He almost got it last year, though. And again, if the Ravens would have used him the right way, he would have got it over Saquon Barkley, which is like saying a lot. So I could say that as a third one. Number 4. By midseason, not even end, by midseason, Isaiah likely will emerge as tight end 1. And then a 5th one, I will say Zay Flowers goes to his 2nd straight Pro Bowl, but we don't want to worry about no Pro Bowl for Zay Flowers because we want him in a different type of game. I mean, y'all know how it goes. We say it every year. We don't want them playing in a Pro Bowl. They end up playing in a Pro Bowl because they ain't make the Super Bowl, but hopefully this will be the year where they can make it happen to the Super Bowl. Not only make it there, but win it, but we'll see how things go. Anyway, my guy Jarvo also said, lunch break hot take, did a skill position battle. And who do you think wins the battle? And they did the 2012 roster versus the 2025 roster. Okay, well, that's fun. Shout out to Jose and Brodney for that one. That's a real fun one. I like that. He said Joe Cool versus Action Jackson. Lamar. Ray Rice versus Derrick Henry. Because Ray Rice, well, I know a lot of people would automatically say Derrick Henry like that, but Ray Rice was used a lot more in the passing game too. That's tough. I'm going to go Derrick Henry, but just by a little bit. Because I don't know if it's recency bias, but Ray Rice was like that. He was like that. Y'all already know. This is a tough one, though, man. You could go either way, and I would not have a problem with it. Bolden versus Zay, Anquan Bolden. Torrey versus Bateman. Probably Torrey Smith. Jacoby Jones versus D-Hop. Well, DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver, but you do this on special teams, then boom, Jacoby Jones all day. And he said Pitta versus Mandrews. I would say Mark Andrews, because Mark Andrews, Dennis Pitta was amazing. Mark Andrews is more explosive, though, than Dennis Pitta. I mean, you could have put Likely there. I would have Likely, but yeah. So for a lot of these, I feel like it's no wrong answer, but that was a really, really fun exercise. Next question came from my guy, Cam. He said, hey, Ingraven, I was thinking about the defense and wondering, since our Darius Washington might not be back, what if we move Marlon to corner and sign Jalen Ramsey and let him and Malik work? So Jalen Ramsey, we may not be able to sign him. You most likely are going to have to trade for him. So, maybe even by the time you see this video, he will have gotten traded for. We'll see, because I'm recording this on June 3rd, but when it drops, who knows? But anyway, he said, because we know Kyle can play safety and corner and also get sent on a blitz. And now let's get away for a minute. I ordered about 4 boxes of some Magic Spoon, and I'm ready to eat it. Hey, I appreciate you supporting, Cam. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you for supporting, because that makes a big difference, and it goes a long way. So thank you. I love you for that, man. And he said, by the way, I wanted to say thanks to everyone in this community for supporting the Ravens, Ingraven, and all the seasons ahead and from the past. No, that's real right there. I appreciate that. A lot of positivity in this message. I love that, man. But back to the question about the Ravens. Yeah, as far as Jalen Ramsey, we'll see. I'm not counting on it. Now, if Jalen Ramsey were to get cut or released from the Dolphins, that would be the last resort, because they don't want to do that. They don't want to get absolutely nothing for Jalen Ramsey. They'll take a 7th-round pick before they want to cut him. But if he were to get cut, then I could get a little bit of hope of him coming to the Ravens. But as far as a trade, I just don't see that happening. I don't see us acquiring a Jalen Ramsey. While it'll be fun, and it will make the Ravens that much more versatile, I just don't think they'll do it.